Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Janelle and today we're going to be doing a book review. So today's book review is for Daughters of Night by Laura Shepherd Robinson. This is a book set in the Georgian period in London. It's mainly set in the, the late 1700s, and it's so good. I really enjoyed it. It focuses on, how do I put it? It's a murder mystery, but a historical murder mystery, and I really enjoyed it. I had high hopes for this book, and it definitely came through. It's a very quick read. It's 560 pages. When I got it in the mail, it was a lot larger than I expected, which I was daunted by. But honestly, the font is actually a really good size. It's fairly big, so I personally like that because I felt like I was progressing through the book really well. So, a couple things I really enjoyed about it was the book was split into 3 or 4 parts, or 3 or 4 books, and at the beginning of each book, I'll go to book 1 here. Oh, and it has a map. I love books with maps. I never refer back to them, but I love seeing them. It says, "She looked just like a painting dying to speak." So basically throughout the whole book, it has quotes from, from the Orestia, from 458 BC. And yeah, it was right from get-go. It made multiple Greek mythology references, and they are frequently re-referenced throughout the book, and I really enjoyed that. We know I love my Greek mythology and my historical fiction and my big books, so it was really just a big umbrella of everything I really like. I loved our protagonist, Mrs. Corsham. She is fantastic. She is independent. She is not going to let anybody tell her what she can and cannot do. She's going to do what she wants, and that is it. I love that. I love that so much. Basically, the storyline, the plot would be, and this happens right at the start, so it's not spoilers, but this woman, Mrs. Corsham, finds her friend mortally, fatally wounded, and dying. And you see the authorities care and want to solve the murder until they find out she was a highly paid prostitute. And then they don't give a damn about her. They couldn't give less of a damn if they tried. And Mrs. Corsham isn't going to take that. She doesn't care what her livelihood was. She's a human being and she deserves justice. So that is where the rest of the book takes off, is her trying to solve her murder. And whoo, is it a web. It is such a web. It is crazy. I never felt like it was slow-paced. I never felt like, I never felt like it was slow-paced. I was never confused with what was going on. I don't know how to say it as such. I do feel like there could have been a bit less. You know, did it need to be 560 pages? No, I don't think so. I think not every single thread and every single thing was necessary. But then again, I don't know, I didn't dislike it at all, and I was never really bored, but it didn't always have me 100% grabbed. But I think she did an amazing job of it. The twists, wow. There was multiple twists throughout, which I love. I really love that. And the first twist I didn't see coming, and again, that could totally have been the author's point with having all these different tangents and these webs. I'd forgotten about that one. Completely had forgotten about it. And then stuff came to light and I was like, oh, didn't know about that, didn't realize that. And then I'd say the last 2 twists, genuinely, the second last twist, I gasped. I was so shocked. I did not see that coming at all. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I should have, but I didn't, guys. I did not see it. And it really hit me. It was intense right from get-go. It was just right from the start, immediate, looking into people receiving threats, getting, into dangerous territories and everything like that. It was at that level the whole way through. And it was really well done. One of the things that surprised me is fairly early on in the book, Canada was mentioned. And the book's set in 1782. And I kind of stopped and I was like, Canada? 1782? Canada. And I stumbled over it. It had me second guessing, but I was like, Canada wasn't Canada until 1867. Now, in all fairness, there was Upper and Lower Canada at the time because there was the Hudson's Bay Company and everything going on, but Canada wasn't like founded as its own country until 1867. But the way it was mentioned definitely made it sound like it was an already existing country. But at that point, no, it was just like colonies. Like there was Upper Canada and Lower Canada, and it was just, there was lots of that's when the fur trade and everything. Anyway, I could get in a whole side tangent about it. And I guess it might be me being a bit nitpicky, wanting her to specify whether or not it had been Upper or Lower Canada. But by just stating Canada, it really threw me off quite a bit, because I was like, that's like 80 some years off. It wasn't a country yet. So that really threw me off. And I mean, especially with historical fiction, you want everything to be really researched and documented. But like she really did research everything and really document it. And like her historical note at the end, she lists everything she got inspiration from and ideas from, and where she pulled different scenarios from. And I love that she went into that much detail about her research into it. And you know what? It's something that probably not a lot of people would stumble upon. It's just because I am Canadian. And obviously I studied my country's history, whereas people from other countries probably wouldn't be. In the back of their mind, like, Canada's a very young country. It's a very, very young country. So, at that point, the point when this book is set is like during the, right around or during the American Revolution. So I get it, but it definitely threw me off. It 100% threw me off. This has multiple points of view, which I love. It has in total 3 different points of view. It has Mrs. Corsham. It has the thief taker she hires to help solve the murder. And then it has someone from the past. I'll leave it at that. But oh my goodness, it's really good. It was really fluid the way it flowed between points of view. You were never second guessing, and it kept up with dates, so you knew, okay, that was like 8 months ago, okay, this is this day and this is that day. Is the book for everybody? Like, no, like it does have sensitive topics. Like it is about murdered prostitutes, so clearly there is investigations into that world, and that's fine. And honestly, considering other books that I've read that, are in and around that same kind of thread and theme, this definitely said everything in a not crass way at all. Yeah, it had prostitutes swearing and calling out things, so if that's not for you, don't go for it. But I do think for the majority, it was just a very well-written, well-worded book. What I will say, Laura is amazing at, is making you absolutely hate characters. The bad guys you cannot stand. There are some characters I had to like walk away. I got so angry. Just being like, literally at a point being like, I don't expect gratefulness, but I expect to be obeyed. And I'm like, excuse me, what's going on? So like, she's really good at like writing characters for you to loathe, for you to just really not like. And then amazing at writing characters that completely and utterly shock you. And yeah, she did. She pulled a lot of reactions. Books like this, I'm never sure if it's going to give a very neat ending, and I will say time and again, I like tied up bow endings. I don't like question marks. I don't like wondering. And no, this tied everything up really nicely. All in all, I was really satisfied with how it wrapped up. So yeah, it really showed, it showed the underbelly, but it really showed the underbelly of the higher classes and the skeletons in closets, and it really went for them. So I do really recommend this book. Like I said, my only thing is maybe it didn't need to be as long as it was, but then again, she wrapped everything up very nicely. So there weren't really, that I can think of, any like loose threads as such. So you know what, maybe it suited just fine. I just kind of feel like more or less in the, not quite the middle, but maybe a bit, you know, maybe the first half or so, I don't know, just didn't need to be quite as lengthy as it was. But I did really quite like it. I actually had a full theory on how something would have happened, and it did not happen that way at all. It was a much more obscure, just like random way, and that was fine, and it suited the book fine. But I'm actually, like, the way I had it in my head, it was to the point I was very surprised it didn't happen the way I thought it would. I thought it, but then that might have been too predictable. So I don't know. I'm trying to say stuff without giving things away. So anyway, overall I gave the book 4 stars. I did really, really enjoy it, and I hope she comes out with more. And yeah, I think it was just amazing. And as well, if you guys get the book, the hardcover has these gorgeous, gorgeous end papers. And it's just those hidden gems that, you know what, they mean a lot. They matter. So yeah, I love this book. I think, yeah, I think it'll be another one that I will really base wanting to read other books like it off of. It'll kind of be one I compare to, you know, with or without knowing it. So yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. So if you've read it, let me know. If you have any books like it you want to recommend, please let me know. And if you want to like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. I will see you guys in my next video, and until then, take care. Bye!